what's happening to you guys? Extreme Sonic here and welcome back to another video. Today I decided to do a brief history run through on the Mortal Kombat universe in preparation for Mortal Kombat X. Now there are two reasons why I'm doing this. One, I am really hyped for Mortal Kombat X, and two, there really isn't one on YouTube yet. So I would really appreciate feedback because this is the first time I've actually done something like this, and I hope it goes well and people will enjoy it. So yeah, let's get started. So in the beginning there was only two things, the Elder Gods and the One Being. The One Being gained its power by draining the power of the Elder Gods, and the Elder Gods didn't really like that, so what they did was they created 6 weapons called the Dogu, and they used that weapon to split the One Being into 6 pieces, and those 6 pieces grew and developed into the realms that we know today: Earth Realm, Nether Realm, Outworld, Order Realm, which is something called Sedu, Chaos Realm, and Edenia, each with a representative Dogu that held the essence of that realm. After the whole creation of the realms and all that stuff, a couple of years down, an Edenian protector god known as Agios and his wife Delia had 2 sons, Taven and Dagion. Now Delia had visions that the mortal combatants were becoming way too powerful, and if they were to be left alone, they would become too powerful and eventually destroy the world. Now the Elder Gods obviously were aware of this, but they decided to leave it to Agios and his wife Delia to come up with a solution to that problem. Now Agios wanted to just destroy everything, like everyone, and just start fresh, but Delia wanted to come up with a simpler solution. So they came up with a kind of a flip a coin kind of system where Davian and Dagon were put asleep, and they created 2 dragons, a golden dragon that would watch over Taven and a red dragon that would watch over Dagon, while they come up with this whole solution of a game, a Mortal Kombat game in that sense, which the wife Delia created a monster called Blaze, and the husband Agios created temples with weapons and swords, and one of the weapons would represent Agios and the other weapon would represent Delia, and the deal was that whichever sons carried the parents' weapon and defeated Blaze would eventually decide the fate of the Mortal Kombat universe. So let's say, I'm gonna give these weapons colors. Let's say if Taven, who is being protected by the golden dragon, picked up a golden sword and a golden weapon and defeated Blaze, pretty much every single combatant would be dead by now. So after the Mortal Combatant's fate was decided and life continued on, and one of the Elder Gods, Shinnok, decided that he wants to be more powerful, and he sets his sights on taking over Earth. But prior to that, the Elder Gods have already appointed an Earth protector known as Raiden. So these two duked it out in an epic Mortal Kombat situation, and Raiden won. So as punishment for trying to defy the other Elder Gods, Shinnok was thrown into the Netherrealm to spend eternity there and pretty much never to be seen again. But as you guys know, he shows up later on in the history. And well, as you guys know, when one villain goes down, another one is sure to show up. So sometime in time, another villain known as Onaga the Dragon showed up, and he became the first emperor in Outworld, pretty much uniting a very well divided realm together. Now obviously, like we all know, emperors love to conquer stuff, so he decided to try and conquer the other realms, merging them together to increase the power of Outworld. Now, the reason why Onaga was able to do something like this is because his hat had the ability to raise the dead, allowing him to create infinite amount of soldiers to take over the realm. But Onaga had one problem: he wasn't immortal. So what he wanted to live forever, so that he can be able to conquer as many realms as he can, which is pretty much all 6 of them. So what he did was he tried to transfer his essence, his spirit, whatever, to a dragon egg so that he could live forever. But his trusted advisor Shao Kahn decided that he doesn't want to share power, so he poisoned the Dragon King and took control for Outworld himself. Now, unlike Onaga, he wasn't able to, keep control of Outworld forever, and soon distortion and chaos began. So just like Onaga, Shah Khan wanted to increase the size of the outworld, so he decided to conquer the other realms and began with Edenia. He successfully completes that task and takes Sindel and Quintana as his own. And you know, yeah, Sindel didn't really like that, so she decided to go to the afterlife. But before she could complete that task, Shah Khan, you know, imprisoned her soul in Edenia to forever be his queen, and Kitana, her daughter. So after a few millennia has passed by, with Edenia now completely conquered by Outworld, Shah Khan has decided to finally go after Earthrealm and continue on his quest for complete dominance. He sends Shang Tsung to Earth to establish the Mortal Kombat tournament. Now before I go on, I just want to let you guys know how this Mortal Kombat actually works out. You see, before a realm can conquer another realm, they have to win 10 tournaments in a row, you know, to do so. And the champion who wins those tournaments, he doesn't get to age for 50 years until the next tournament. So what Raiden does is he rallies up the best fighter on Earth into the White Lotus Society. And from that society, the great Kung Lao was the one who defeated Shang Tsung in Mortal Kombat and became Earth's champion. Now, obviously Shao Kahn had a secret weapon in place in case Shang Tsung lost, and it was a Shogun prince by the name of Goro. Goro defeated the great Kung Lao and continued on to win 8 more tournaments, giving Outworld a total of 9 tournaments, so they were pretty much 1 tournament away from conquering Earthrealm. Okay, still being pissed off for being trapped in a dragon egg, Onaga began his quest on trying to revive his mortal body. So he took the image of an elder god named Damachi and tricked a warrior by the name of Chujinku into going into a quest to gather all the 6 Gamidogu and placing them on a nexus, a special location that was used for making travel easy for the champions of the elder gods. So while Onaga was trying to pretty much revive himself, Shinnok on the other hand was still trying to get back at heaven, or the realm where the elder gods are, for trapping him in the realm. So he pretty much built up an army with the help of Noob Saibot and Tanya and launched an attack at the elder gods. But unfortunately, Liu Kang once again foiled his plan and sent him right back to the Netherrealm. So after Chujinku collected the final Gamidogu from Edenia and placed it on the Nexus, Onaga was finally revived and he took over Reptile's body so that he can have his mortal body back once again. He also tried to kill Shinjuku, but he luckily escaped to Earthrealm. Soon after that, Raiden encountered Shang Tsung and proceeded to combat him, but during the process, Raiden was kind of, you know, corrupted, so that's why you see him sometimes at the beginning of Mortal Kombat 9, he had his red eyes and black clothes and all that stuff. He was corrupted from Shang Tsung's energy and pretty much being pissed off that all these people in Earthrealm have been causing danger to Earthrealm. He pretty much went back to Earth, tried to kill Shinjuki, I can't say his name, Chujinko, brutally. He really wanted to destroy Chujinko, but he luckily escaped. So still being pissed off, he took Liu Kang's dead body to an ancient cave and pretty much brought Liu Kang back as a zombie, which was kind of messed up on his part, but well, yeah, Raiden was pretty pissed off. Do you guys remember when I was talking about the 2 sons, Tavon and Daegeon, and you know, the whole Dahlia's vision? Well, this is where the Armageddon begins. When Kero, the dragon that was pretty much protecting and waiting to awaken Dagon, mistakenly took the loss of Blaze's contact as a sign of the beginning, woke up Daegeon, and Daegeon pretty much realizing what the quest was and decided to, instead of doing what his parents wanted him to do, he decided to take the dragon for himself. So he started up the Red Dragon and pretty much was looking for his brother Tavon so that he can kill him. So later on, Tavon woke up at the right amount of time and went on his quest to go to his father's temple to find his weapon, but realized that his weapon was gone. He went to his mother's temple and, you know, found out that the Lun Kuei had his weapons and swords and all that stuff. So the great battle between the forces of light and the forces of evil pretty much began, and that pretty much became the Battle of Armageddon. So everyone fought, everyone was fighting each other and killed each other off, until it was Taven who was the last one standing. So he went up to Blaze to try to defeat him, but at the end of all of that, it was actually Shao Kahn who defeated Blaze and pretty much received the power. So that pretty much started at the beginning of Mortal Kombat 9, which what you see with the Raiden of that time, sending a message back to Raiden in the past. Confusing, yeah, but sending a message back to Raiden in the past, which also brought up to all the events that happened in Mortal Kombat 9, and also kind of like a reboot to the series, essentially. I mean, I could go on in detail about Mortal Kombat 9, but I'm pretty sure there should be videos about the history of what happened and stuff like that. So that's pretty much the history of Mortal Kombat 9. I don't know if I did it well or not, but yeah, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you learned something from it, please like the video. If you think I messed things up, because this was supposed to be a preview, like a brief history lesson for Mortal Kombat, for people who haven't really, who want to just know a brief summary, I guess. So yeah guys, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.